No fewer than 27 fishermen have been reportedly slaughtered and 3 others abducted by the Jamaat al-Sunnah led Dawa wal Jihad, a Boko Haram terrorist group on the border between Cameroon and Nigeria. The terrorists, suspected to be from the Buduma faction of the Abu Umaima, attacked a local fishing community harboring mostly fishermen from Nigeria at Island Kofia near Darak in the Republic of Cameroon. They tied their hands behind their backs before slaughtering them. The sources said the terrorists also abducted 3 other fishermen after accusing them of spying for the ISWAP faction. The bodies of the fishermen were later discovered during a search and rescue operation by troops and their colleagues. Now, still talking security, bandits are reportedly demanding 5 million naira as ransom for the 2 kidnapped victims that were taken to Umogidi community in the Entekpa Council ward in Otukpo Local Government Area of Benue State, north-central Nigeria. 2 farmers were said to have been killed and 2 others were injured. Locals say the deceased recently fled their homes due to a similar attack but decided to go to their farms in Umogidi when they were killed on Tuesday. The other 3 were also said to be on their farms when the bandits attacked them and took away one of them, while the other 2 were reported to have been injured. Now, to discuss this further, I'm being joined by Melvin Ejeh, a security expert and executive director of Global Peace and Life Rescue Initiative. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, looking at the events leading up to the kidnapping and the motivation behind the individuals returning to their farms despite the previous kidnappings in the area, what precautions did the farmers take, or were they supposed to take, before returning to their farms in an area that's actually known for kidnappings?
Let me first condole with the people of Benue State, the governor, the executive governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hussaina earlier, the good people of Zone C, and the entire people of Benue State for this wanton destruction of life that is going on by these criminal marauders who have made up their mind to ensure that Benue people, by extension, Zone C, are annihilated from their own land. Well, the farmers on their own do not really have anything to do. It behoves on the security to act fast. It behoves on the security to be more proactive to ensure that the people's lives are saved in that very community. The Umogidi community have been known for notorious fact. The notorious fact is that these bandits have taken over that community for a very long time. Though the security are taking some action, particularly the men of the Operation White Stroke are taking some action to ensure that these bandits are wiped from that terrain. But I think the Operation White Stroke are understaffed. They are on their they have limited resources, they have limited logistics, and they have limited men to police that to control that area. That area is known for the notorious activities of these bandits. If you look Umogidi, Ikobi, Apa, and other communities in Otukpo Local Government, Apa Local Government, Agatu Local Government have been under siege for a very long time. And I must say this very clearly that the people are suffering at this point in time because of the activities of these bandits. So I think the community did not really have anything to say. The burden lies on the security to ensure that they get more deployment, they ensure that they clear our forests of these bad bandits. This is their land. I wonder why they can't live in their land peacefully and sleep with their eyes closed. They commit no offense by belonging to that land, by belonging to that community. So I don't think it's their responsibility to do anything before going back to their land. Of course, they are farmers. They need to go back and begin to farm. The farming season is here. So they need to go back to their community. Why would they be prevented from going back to the community by this criminal? Why would it be prevented? This is my pain as I speak today now. Now, instead of the stakeholders in Benue State to come together to support the governor to ensure that these bandits are cleared, to support the governor to ensure that this problem is solved, they are playing politics and calling the governor names, trying to blame the governor. This is not the time for blame game. This is time to ensure that the security of lives and property.
All right, you're saying that the government isn't doing anything at the moment to try to rescue these victims. So no attempt is being made by local authorities or even security forces to negotiate with the bandits or even track them down or even rescue the kidnapped. Is that what you're saying?
No, I do not. I've not said so. I said the government is doing a lot. The security agencies are doing a lot, even though the action may be limited now because of the lack of strength, because of lack of logistics on their part. But negotiation is out of it. I would not advise any security agencies to negotiate with this bandit. They must go after them and rescue these innocent farmers who are already in pain. Nobody should negotiate with these criminals. They are doing a lot. Some of the strategy they are carrying out cannot be discussed here on the public television. I do not think it's very safe, but I think the government of the state, the Benue State government, the special advisor, and the apparatus of government in Benue State are doing a lot to rescue these people from the hand of these criminal marauders. But the strategy will not be disclosed here on public television because they're actually security information. I think the government is doing enough. The security agencies, I want to comment particularly Operation White Stroke. I think I need more of these personnel. I need them to deploy more personnel to Benue State. Benue State do not have sufficient strength of these military men. Military men in Benue State are very small. The battalion, the brigade in Benue and the White Stroke are not enough to cover the myriad of challenges we have in Benue. So I think I'm calling on the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff to make more deployment to Benue. These men are doing their best, but you can't give what you don't have. They are not enough. They can't cover everywhere. They can't be everywhere. So I think we need more deployment in Benue State. I'm appealing to him to ensure that more soldiers are deployed to Benue State to curtail these insurgents. Only the Nigerian military can effectively challenge them. Other security agents are doing their best. They're also trying, but I think the superior power these guys come with, I think we need more soldiers in our terrain, particularly the Umogidi community, the Apa community, the Agatu community, to ensure that these criminals are cleared from our terrain.
All right, so you're talking about, getting more soldiers to be able to safeguard, some of the communities. You actually did list some of them earlier. Are you saying that having soldiers is enough safety measure, that a community can actually put in place to be able to safeguard them, especially talking about communities and other communities within the Umogidi area, that have a history of kidnappings in the region? Will that be enough?
I think Umogidi is just one community in Benue South, especially in Otukpo Local Government. It's just one community. There are several of these incidents in those communities around Benue State, around Zone. So what I enjoy the community to do on that part is to create local vigilante, is to ensure that they get vigilante who also give them local intelligence to know the whereabouts of this criminal. However, the coming in of military men, we do a lot. It will actually calm down the situation. It is only the military guys these criminals fear. So I think I'm appealing for more deployment. And stakeholders in Benue State should come together and support the performing governor of Benue State. The governor is doing so much, but I think the governor, as it stands today, is being frustrated by even agents of the state who ought to be supporting the government. The government is being frustrated by people who are rather playing politics instead of coming together and fight this insecurity. For me, some of this insecurity, I think they actually instigated. Some of these criminals, marauders, were invited to our community to come and kill our people because the majority of people who don't like the governor. So my appeal to people,
are you saying it's a form of ethnic cleansing?
All the stakeholders in military that they should come together to ensure that they support our government. Look, when it has to do with security, we must put our differences away. We must ensure that we put all our differences away and secure the life for our people. The poor farmers, who they give 5 million from to pay for their rescue, where are they going to get the money from? It's not possible. It is not practical. They don't have the money from anywhere. They are just poor farmers.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Melvin, for joining me and speaking to me on this.
Thank you very much for having me.